right, today's our episode number 3 on Help My Workout. We have Sam Brown on today. Welcome, Sam.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. So, Sam, tell me a little bit about why you chose to come on today, and tell us a little bit about what you're looking to achieve fitness-wise, and how can we help you out?
Sure, and thank you for having me, Sherman. I had a question. I haven't gone to the gym since COVID hit. I know gyms are open now, but some have masks policies and stuff like that. So it's just been a little bit strange. And I do enjoy working out. It's a big part of my mental health maintenance. So I've got a little corner of my garage that I've kind of cleaned up, and that's where I do my exercise. And so for the past several months, it's been a lot of cardio, just basically body weight exercises, but I do miss the weights. And I realize I can go out and get some dumbbells and whatnot, but are there any exercises I can do for like just raw strength training? I mean, and do I have to train differently? For example, like push-ups, do I just need to do more push-ups? Or what are some examples of some exercise that I can do that can really stimulate the results that you get from weights?
Got it. That's a great question. A lot of people working out from home these days with COVID, and there was a shortage on weights for a period of time. You couldn't buy weights like you couldn't buy toilet paper. But I understand you want to maintain that awesome physique that you have, so we can work on ways that you can do that. Basically, quick question is, how often are you working out, and how long are you working out for?
Sure, I got a pretty hectic schedule and young children and busy work, and so I try to do half an hour early in the mornings. And usually 4 or 5 times a week.
Okay, 4 or 5 times a week. Okay. Are you doing the same like a routine every time, or are you mixing it up a little bit?
Well, so in the beginning, I was doing kind of just doing my own thing. More recently, I've been using like a fitness app and just doing what they do kind of thing. And so working through that program, it is a little bit varied, but it's just like advanced manner size, just lots of jumping and running and all that kind of stuff. So.
All right, got you. And do you feel like you're getting out the level of resistance that you need for us? I mean, I guess maybe not with the questions that you have, but are you feeling that you're getting sore enough or no?
Yeah, no, definitely not. Like I said, it's mainly just cardio focused, trying to get my heart rate up, trying to sweat as much as possible. So, even with push-ups, there's not, there's a kind of a limit to how many I can do in a certain time. So I'm not really getting the same result that, when you go to the gym and you do weight exercises, the next day you really feel it. I'm not really getting that. So again, I'm satisfied with the kind of calories I'm burning, but again, it would be nice. It's just different with weights. That's
okay.
been
All right. Well, given your situation specifically, I mean, what tools do you currently have that you can easily like add in as a way of doing something a little bit different or challenging yourself?
Yeah, sure. I've got some just bands. And I have a big exercise ball. I don't really have that kind of advanced of a equipment setup. I could probably use an investment in that, but it's pretty basic. I've got a couple cinder blocks in the garage. If I would do like the Marky Mark thing where
yeah. I've done some workouts with cinder blocks before. It works. It could. All right. So you got a ball, like a stability ball, and some bands. Are these like strength bands or?
Yeah. They're, the 5, 10, 15, those kind of like little bands kind of things.
Okay. All right. With the handles, or is it just one loop?
These have the clips on them. So there's one handle that you switch around.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Cool. I mean, having a ball and band, you can do tons of stuff with that to vary up your workout and make it a little bit more challenging for yourself. So what I'm going to do for you, we're going to break away here in a second and just like demonstrate some things for you that you can do, add into your program that you may not have thought of as of yet, with some building some strength, and also just certain little techniques and skills for us, activating the muscle fibers a little bit more than you would just doing your general through motion for exercise like push-ups, for instance, basically.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
All right, cool. All right, any other quick questions before we break away and go into some demonstrations?
No, I'll stick with that one, but I'm not done with questions at some point, so thank you.
All right, cool deal. All right, so we're going to go over some exercises for Sam. Sam's working out at home, doesn't have a whole lot of equipment. He has a ball and a resistance band. So he wants to also increase his overall strength, build some muscle, and we're going to go over some ways that he can do that out at his house with just this equipment here.
The first thing we're going to do is go into doing some push-ups. I'm going to show 3 different ways to do a push-up. The first thing is going to go into doing eccentric push-ups. So eccentric means that you're going to lower your body down slowly. It's the opposite of concentric. The key is here, you're going to lock your shoulders back, tuck your hips under, engage your core, lower yourself down towards the floor slowly. It's going to be a 6 to 8 count, slow motion, recruiting those muscles. You can even pause here for a second before you press back up. And it's about a 3 to 4 count pressing back up. Okay. Doing anywhere from 10 to 15 to 20, however many you can do before you burn out. So that's one way you can increase the resistance for your push-up. Next, we're going to talk about taking away stability from the exercise. You're going to take away stability from exercise yourself. You had to add more stability back into it to perform the exercise. We're going to go back to a push-up position. We're going to take our arm out away from our body. We're going to have more weight on the left side, less on the right, dropping it down and pressing back up. So you're getting more muscle recruitment through the left arm and chest than the right. We can make that even harder, taking the right foot off the floor. So that's number 2. Thirdly, we're going to go back into a push-up position, and we're going to do some contralateral reaches with the push-up. Let's go down slowly still. Pressing up, reaching forward, dropping back down. Okay. So those are 3 examples that you can do to increase the resistance for your push-ups at home. So next, we're going to go into doing some exercises for the upper back. So working on the posterior muscles, opposing muscles of the chest. And we're going to use a ball for this, since he has a band and ball at his house. So we're going to first lay on top of the ball, grab the band. So depending on what band he has, what bands he has, he can make it more challenging by decreasing the distance between his hands and with the band. So the more distance you have, the less resistance there is. The closer you are, the more resistance you have. So we're going to be here, we're going to do a lat pull with the ball, exhaling as you pull back. Good. Again, doing anywhere from 8 to 12 reps. I mean, the more resistance you have, the less reps you're going to need to do, and you build more muscle faster. If he has more than one band, he can double up the bands for more resistance. Right. A second exercise he can do using the ball and the band is having a seat on the ball, holding the band out front. And again, he can make more resistance by, again, doubling the band or decreasing the space between his hands and the band. With the band, you're going to be here pulling straight apart. And let's just go single leg, 1 foot off the floor, adding in instability, which in turn makes you have to stabilize more. Pulling back. Working the upper mid back, run voids and mid traps. Again, doing 8 to 10 reps and maybe switching legs. So a third exercise for the back itself, working on lats again. We're going to be on the ball in a supine position, having your head and your shoulders stabilize on the ball. And we're just going to pull the band. You can hook the band around a door, something that's stable, that's not going to move as you pull the band. Keep your hips up high and parallel to the ground, and you're just going to pull and exhale. Again, working slowly, do the eccentric motion. Here, eccentric is going back, stabilizing. Again, working for anywhere from 8 to 12 reps with enough resistance. And again, if he had more than one band, he can double up, make it more challenging. All right, so we're going to move on to the lower body. So Again, Sam has a band and the ball. We're going to use the band for some added resistance for the lower body, which Sam doesn't really like working out, but here's some examples for you, Sam. Dropping down, pressing it back up, keep the core engaged, head up, back straight, pressing through the glutes in the legs and the quads, hamstrings. Okay. Again, if you have more than one band, if you want to double up, make more resistance, you can. Okay. You can keep the band, or you can work on lateral legs, going out to some abduction. 1, 2, 3. With this, you want to keep the core fully engaged, keep your foot straight forward, not rotating it out. And do your desired repetitions, and then switch to the opposite side. So our third exercise for the lower body is going to be with the ball. We're going to do a back lunge. Foot's going to be on the ball. You're going to glide the ball back, drop your hips down, come back up tall. So the ball just glides. The majority of your weight is on your front leg. And again, if you want to add a resistance, you can hold some blocks, a gallon of water in your hand while you go through the motion of working that front leg. All right, I'm going to throw in some bonus exercises for you here, Sam, using the ball with the chest itself. So you can do a progression for stability and strength with the ball. So here, push-up position, we're going to start you off with straight leg push-up, chest over the ball, core engaged, dropping down, breathing out. So the ball adds some more instability to the exercise. So when you have instability, your body naturally has to stabilize more. So you're getting in more recruitment from your core. You can make that more challenging by taking one foot off the floor. Doing both sides, of course. And then thirdly, if you want to elevate the exercise, no pun intended, you have your feet on top of a bench or a chair, core engaged, dropping. You can go single leg. All right, there's a few things you can do at home that can change up your routine, add some more recruitment for your core, at the same time more recruitment for your overall gross muscles.
All right, Sam. So tell me what you thought about some of those exercises that I demonstrated for you there.
Yeah, it's really cool. Thank you, Sherman. Some of the stuff I've just never really been exposed to, but obviously that's why I come to the expert. I particularly like the push up with the foot up out. I think that's really can increase the increase the resistance, and also some of those leg exercises are great. I've always just found leg exercises pretty boring, so I've kind of avoided them, but that does seem like it could be really challenging. So thank you.
You're welcome. So yeah, the key thing is like look at slowing down your repetition. You're going to get more muscle recruitment with that on the eccentric component of the exercise. So again, if you're doing a push-up, you're going to just lower yourself down a little bit slower, about a 6 to 8 count going down, and then like a 4 count coming back up. You can do the same thing with any other body part, going through that pre-contraction motion. Just make it slower before you go into the contraction motion. You can also work on some static holds. So say if you're just doing a push-up or plank or whatever it may be, holding that pose in that mid position for 30 to 60 seconds. You're going to get a lot of muscle recruitment that way as well. So that's something you can think about adding in. Even if you're going into a squat position, you'll go down, hold that squat 30 to 60 seconds, and explode back up, go back down, hold it again another 30 seconds, and explode back up. So those are some ways you can think about, either ways you think you can do to add in that extra component of more resistance training to your workout without adding any additional weight.
Great. I look forward to trying some of that. Thank you.
My pleasure. Again, thank you for being on today. And then if anyone else has any questions about their workout, please feel free to contact us. The link is below in the description, and we'll love to have you on Help My Workout.